Hi, I'm an eclectic witch, and this is my first video in my new video series, Eclectic Spellcasting 101. Just gonna kind of dive right into it. This video is gonna be talking about what is a spell even, because I know that whenever a lot of people start looking into witchcraft, they just think, I feel like I'm drawn to this kind of pagan lifestyle and I don't know where to start. And a lot of people want to start with spell work. I'm gonna start off by saying that I'm an eclectic witch, which means that I look to a lot of different paths to create my own path. So there's no right or wrong in eclectic witchcraft. There's no right way to do anything. There's no wrong way to do anything. My ideas aren't going to mesh with everybody's ideas, and that's totally fine. You don't have to believe exactly what I believe, but this might give you a good place to start. Take what you want, leave the rest. Don't worry about it. Make your own path. Whenever people first stumble onto my page and they message me, the first thing that they say is, "I think I'm a witch." And I say, "That's awesome. Awesome. Good for you. And I'm glad that you have found a path that works for you." And then the second thing that they say to me is, "Okay, so what now?" And I say, just keep doing what you're doing and research. A good place to start is the internet. So a lot of people are like, "I don't have a coven," or "I don't know anyone in the area. I don't have any books to read." And I'm like, well, you don't really need books. You can start on the internet. So Google is a great resource. Pinterest is actually pretty good. They have a lot of cute inspirational things and spells too, which we'll get into whether or not that's a great idea later. But lots of cool stuff on Pinterest. And then YouTube, of course. There's a lot of really intelligent people with a lot of spirit who do YouTube informational videos, kind of like this one. Physical sources are also good too. So, books, library books, bookstores. I know places like Barnes and Noble have some good resources. And then also, as you're doing these things, take notes. So you will create your own physical resource that you can go back to and look at your notes and study your own ideas as you go. Eclectic witchcraft is creating your own ideas. So you will become your own resource over time. And then, of course, people are a great resource. If you are out of the broom closet, as they say, you can go on the Meetup app and you can find a lot of awesome pagan groups in your own area. But also looking online, places like Facebook have groups that you can join that are witchcraft, pagan sort of related. I'm in a lot of them. Most of them are closed groups. So if you post in there, it's private. The only thing that people can see is that you are in the group. They can't even see who else is in the group or anything like that. So that's a really cool, pretty private place to start if you have questions and you want to speak one-on-one or maybe find a mentor, things like that. Facebook groups are awesome. That's a resource that I definitely use and that I partake in. The second question that people ask me is, when can I start doing spells? Right away. Sure, why not? In fact, you are probably already doing spells and you don't know it. Let's cut to the chase. What is a spell? So to answer that question, I hit the internet and Webster's Dictionary, which was my first go-to. I looked up spell and I thought that it would give me, spelling, like ABC spelling first, and then it would also give me the definition of a spell. And it did not. Webster's Dictionary was like, nah, there's only one meaning of the word spell. And I disagree, so I kept looking, and I found freedictionary.com defines a magic spell, which is kind of, a cute way to say it, right? A magical spell. And their definition was a verbal formula believed to have magical force. And I disagree with that because a spell doesn't have to be spoken and a spell doesn't have to be formulaic. It can be lots of different things. So for me, a spell is simply a person manifesting their will through their belief. So a wish is a lot like a spell, except instead of saying, "I wish," you say, "It will." So instead of saying, "I wish I passed this test," you say, "I will pass this test," and you mean it and you believe it. And you can do that in your head or whatever, but that's just an example. It's not saying, "I wish this will happen." It's like saying, "This is going to happen," and then you make it happen through your belief. Anything you do that helps manifest your will is part of your spell. So if you've ever heard of The Secret, it's the law of attraction. So that is thinking about how something could play out and how you want it to play out. And over and over and over, you just think about it, think about it, think about it, and then it happens. So spell work and witchcraft kind of uses the law of attraction to create things in your world. So using that law of attraction, you are manifesting your will in the universe. The key to a good spell is your belief. If you don't believe that it's going to work, your spell isn't going to work. Or if it does, it's not going to work very well. You really need to be able to believe in what you're doing to make it work. That's like the key to witchcraft and spell work and things like that, is just believe it. Honestly believe in yourself. The reason that your belief is so important is because we are all made of stardust. We're made of the same molecules that the rest of the universe is made of. We are, through that, the universe. We are a piece of the universe. We are a part of it, and it is a part of us. So within the confines of reality, you are able to manifest simply because the universe is an extension of us, and we are an extension of it. So because we are more than symbiotic, we are a piece of it, and it's all the same, we're able to cause change within it because we are it. And like I said, I'm an eclectic witch. That's what I believe. If you believe it works a different way, you believe it works a different way. And it's that belief that makes it work. So all you got to do is believe. The definition did get it right. The definition on freedictionary.com or whatever it was. A verbal spoken spell, one that you have found, one that was given to you, or one that you've written, can do the trick in a pinch, absolutely. So if you wanted to write down and make like a sing-songy, rhymey spell to create something that you want to manifest and cause it to take shape in the world, you can absolutely do that. And I do that often. But there's a lot of other ways to do spells. There's a lot of like really simple kind of hearth ways to do spells, like stirring your coffee clockwise and thinking of positive things that you want to bring into your life. And as you're stirring your coffee, you just think about it and you really imagine it coming into being. You can manifest those positive things in your life. Or say you're really tired and you want to get rid of feeling tired, and you stir counterclockwise and you think about getting rid of being tired as you stir your coffee. And then when you drink the coffee, it's almost like drinking a potion that you have infused with your will, and then you will gain the traits from that. And you could do that with oatmeal. You could do that with whatever. And that's just an example of something that is not like a written formulaic spell that still does what a spell does. It manifests your goal in the universe. So that's pretty cool. Lighting a candle, meditating on the candle, on, spirit, on the universe and things like that, and then what you want to create in the universe, and you just kind of meditate and focus on the ideas and visualize it. That's a spell, and it will work just as well as if you wrote out a poem and tried to read the poem. And like I said, it's really all up to you and how you want to do it. And there's no right or wrong way. Another good way to do a spell is to, and this is kind of like movie style, you cast a full circle and you use all these tools, and you've written or found or collected or been given a spell, like a, written formula, and, the whole shebang. And that is also a spell. And I think that's what most people think of whenever they think about doing a spell, is that whole, ritualized aspect to it. And there's nothing wrong with that either. And sometimes those have the most power. To me, all of the extra things that you add to just thinking about it and manifesting it are like magnifying glasses, and they just expand and they give focus to what you're trying to do. So they are tools to help you reach your goal and to help your purpose, but they're not necessary. And really all you need is your will and your belief. We'll get into all of that and a whole bunch of details as I do this series, but I just wanted to explain what a spell is. And ultimately, it is you, through your belief and through force of will, creating and manifesting something that you want in the universe. Simple as that. So it's believing, willing, and ultimately manifesting your goals. That's all spell work is. So the purpose of this whole video series, Eclectic Spellcasting 101, which is my adorable name that I chose for it, is to teach you spell basics and ultimately teach you how to write your own spells to manifest whatever it is that you want in the universe, as long as it's realistic and fits into the confines of the universe. Because, try as you might, you probably will never light a candle with your mind. Let me know if you do. That would be really cool. I would love to see that. But as long as it's realistic, chances are you can make it happen through spell work. So there's going to be a whole bunch of videos in this series. The first video, besides this one that I'm going to do, because this is just kind of an intro, it's telling you that I'm going to make this video series and it's telling you what a spell is. But the first actual video that I'm going to do is going to be spell safety. And a lot of people don't think about the dangers of spell casting. And if you do, that's wise. because there are a lot of things that can go wrong, and there's a lot of things to take into consideration as to what you believe, because depending on what you believe, different things can go wrong. So if you understand that the reason that a spell works is because you believe that it will, then the same could be said about if you believe something could go wrong, then that could go wrong that way. It's important to be careful, and that's what the next video will be about, is, how to be careful and how to be safe while you're doing this. And then after that, we're going to get into, like I said, the tools that you can use to magnify your power, if you want to use that word, and all sorts of different stuff. And in the end, we're going to go through how to write your own spells. That'll be the finale, which is exciting because that's what I do. It is very, very, very rare that I will take, in fact, I can't think of a time that I've ever taken someone else's spell and just done it word for word and aspect for aspect and just copied it. I don't think it feels right to do that. Now, that doesn't mean that it's wrong, because like I said, eclectic witchcraft, do what feels right to you. And if you want to use someone else's spell, go for it. But I think that you should watch the spell safety video first so that you know what you're getting into and so that you can pick the right spell. So we'll talk about picking the right spells and all sorts of things, but that'll be for later. So if there's something specific that you want to learn about, I don't have all the videos organized and laid out quite yet. So I would be happy to put anything that you want to know into those videos. So leave me comments and let me know what you want to learn about, and I would be happy to message you personally if that's what you would like, and just get back to you. Also, I do tarot readings, as most of you know. So if you're interested in a tarot reading right now, it's the beginning of May. So if you catch me in like the next month, I'll be doing $10 tarot readings in a video format like this, because I'd like to switch my format from a PDF or Word document to this sort of video conversational, you'll watch me do your tarot reading, but I haven't got my format down quite yet, so I need to practice. So for that, I'll be doing these super cheap, which is really rare, tarot readings. So just hit me up and let me know. They're full tarot readings for $10. It's really a steal. So send me a personal message if you want one of those, and I would be happy to do that for you, because I need the practice with this, the video, I need practice. So send me a message, leave me some comments, let me know what you want to learn about, and we are going to do this, and you are going to learn so much. So I look forward to doing that, and talk to you soon.